All right, so we are back. We are back again. Nathan Morgan, big up. Thank you for coming in so early. So, to discuss the news that we are one win away from qualifying for the Under 20 World Cup. The last time we did so was in 2001. That is a 20-year margin. Over, actually, 20-year margin. Now we're going to discuss some of that. We're also going to discuss some player ratings for the game last night. And then we're going to start looking forward, how we can improve, what we can do significantly to get better going forward. I'm hopeful that you guys are doing good. Hopefully you guys woke up good, on the good side of the bed this morning and not the miserable side, because despite the performance, we didn't like the performance. Big up Damien Ayat. Big up, bro. Massive respect. Thanks for coming in. Despite the poor performance that we witnessed last night, guess what we did? We still walked away with the win. We walked away with that W, and that is important. It is important in sport that even on your worst days, you can still walk away with your head held high, and you have achieved something on the worst day of anything. It doesn't matter. Once you can walk away with that win, I do believe that you have to say, okay, we didn't do well, we got the win, we need to improve, we can see where we can improve, and we can get better going forward. That is most definitely a huge statement that we need to look at and try to get better in. Now, as you guys know, I'm not really here to go down on any one of the players, because we do know that we can do a lot better from what we saw yesterday. We can do better, but will we do better? That is the question. We can do better, but when will we do better? Tough Rudy said, bless up MG, big up Tough Rudy. Massive respect. Anonymous OG, blessings. Ugly win is better than a pretty loss. I have always stand by that. Ugly win is far better than a pretty loss. And we emphasize on ball possession, dominance in opposition half. We all emphasize on that. But the truth is, none of that really makes sense if you don't get the win. It doesn't make any sense if you don't get the win. We want to be dominant. We want to control the game. We want to control every aspect of the game. But none of that makes sense if we don't get the win. You could play the prettiest of football right across the blues. If you don't get that win, it makes no sense. Andy Carr said, when I grow up, I want to be a part of the team. You are still in the essence of doing that because you're young. I assume that you're young, because I say when you grow up. But that does not stop you. What I want you to do is focus on working hard. Focus on your book work and work extremely hard. Work extremely hard. Even when there's no training session, take time out for your personal training session. Take time out for your personal training session. Because it's important that you do. When you are resting, the next goalkeeper, as you said, you're a goalkeeper. The next goalkeeper is putting in extra work. When you are taking your day off, the next goalkeeper is putting in extra work. If you feel the need to go at a fun day or a party or anything like that, just remember that the next goalkeeper that you want to be ahead of is putting in that work. Not saying that you shouldn't enjoy yourself, but all I'm saying that keep in the back of your mind that your competition is always trying to outdo you. So what that does, that keep you level-headed and give you the opportunity to not slip up and always pursue what you want. Just keep that in mind, that whoever is in front of you is always working harder than you. Just keep that in mind. So that means that you should not slack off or even get too comfortable with where you are. Just keep that in mind. So when you feel like say I go play some, I'm gonna play some game. Two things. One of two things. Now play some game. I'm gonna relax it and bridging them. And then when you think about it, that the money I train. You pass him a train, you gotta relax with the bridging them, walk past him on the road, and you pass the ball field, I train him over there, train. And guess what you gotta do? Sit down and chat with the bridging them. I just have the big up, bro. Thanks for coming in. Give me 1 second, people. Yeah, so unfortunately, my light bill just came. Yeah, not so much of a good news. Not so much of a good news. It doesn't really look good. I don't like how it look. Tough Rudy said, I don't like to beat up a coach because I don't see what happens in practice. But my question is, where was the adjustment when we were up players in order to keep the ball and have the opponent chasing? That's a very good statement. I thought that it's not a matter of me going at coaches, but for me personally, I thought that the coach should have done a lot better in that aspect and that particular situation. You can't be playing against a team. It doesn't matter how good they are. First of all, when they don't have, if you try to take away position from them, they would be clueless. They would all able to chase the entire game. I personally thought that at that particular time, Fuzzy could have done a lot better in regards to managing the game. We lack proper game management. And I do think that this is something that I've seen even with the senior team. We lack proper game management. We are leading. There's no reason for you. There's none whatsoever for you to believe that we still have control of the game when you can clearly see that you're not holding on to the ball long enough. You're not keeping possession of the ball, as you said. You're not dominating the spaces as though you should be dominating. 1v1s, too many players, individual players are losing out on their 1v1s. Too many players on their personal aspect not performing as though they should. So, yes, we can beat on the coach in that, but I do think that the players also have to take some form of responsibility. But nevertheless, I do think it's like a 30% for the players, 70% for the coach. He should have done a lot better in that particular scenario. A lot better. As Abby said, where is this under 20 World Cup and who are y'all playing next game? So I don't think a lot has been decided as yet in regards to the under 20 World Cup. I definitely get some more information on that for you, Ayas. We are playing Damrep on Wednesday, 6 p.m. Jamaican time. Tough Rudy said, the next question, a tournament with only 2 days rest. Why is Pearson playing so many minutes? Should he have been given some rest and maybe we see the best of him? I think that is so. I do think that is so. He does look like he wants some rest. But I, for one, can't come down hard on all the players, because if we should start nitpicking, we could nitpick every single one of the players on issues. But I do think that most of the players, I'm not sure if it's fatigue. If you look at some of the players, their legs look heavy. I don't know what's the cause for that. Maybe there's not enough masseurs or whatever around the team to really help the team carry through these tough games and in short turnover time span. So these are aspects in which many people are not really looking at. I look at these things because these things are important part of football. Mushtaq Christopher said, if the team qualify for the World Cup, they need to find 2 right out centre back. And we have centre back in the team. Jaden Anderson had a good game. He had a solid game. That's the number 5. He had a proper game. And I didn't even know what the reason why he came up. Well, they want to add more attacking prowess, so maybe that could be the reason. But he was having a good game. Some good long passes as well. Listen, people, when I'm saying one person, the thing is, when I say someone is having a good game, I'm talking about independently. Remember now, the team overall had a bad performance. The team overall had a bad performance. That doesn't mean that players cannot have independently good performance. Ajani said only finalists qualify for the Olympics, right? Yeah. Only who's in the final two, the final, would advance to the Olympics, but the four in the semifinals would advance to the World Cup, which is quite good. So it seems as if the Olympic is way more elite. It seems as if the Olympic is way more elite than the World Cup. Okay, two make it to the Olympics, four to the World Cup. That doesn't really make sense to me still. Tough Rudy said, can Hutchinson, Splat, Dexter, and Whisper be added to the squad if we qualify? The qualifiers will the World Cup will be next year, so there's a lot of additions to the squad. Maybe by then a few players. I think the World Cup, the age limit would have gone up. No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't have moved. But I do think that they can be added based on the age. The age bracket has a lot to do with it. Will they be at that age, at the acceptable age by then to participate? Yeah, Johnny, I don't know why I say it by three different times. If y'all qualify for the Under 20 World Cup, I hope you guys add players at like Omar Hutchinson, and the Under 20 World Cup is in Indonesia. All right, so I'm not sure the situation with Omar Hutchinson. Last time I spoke with someone surrounding the situation, they said that so the paperwork is done, but the submission was not done. The paperwork was done, but submission was not done. So I don't really know the reason for that. I don't know the reason for that, or why they would log onto that, or hold on. I'm not sure why they would do that. I'm not sure why they would do that. So I'm gonna have a look at the table. Let's have a look at the table. How it's set up. Big up to you, Nero. John, no, bro. It's been years. You're good. You see? You're good. It's been years, you know, man. Let's hope you're good still. Run through the comments again. Andy Carr said, if someone is 15 and really good, can they play? Yes. Once you're good enough, you can play. Lord Music said, this team is not going to make it to the World Cup. Look how Haiti played with 9 players. Remember, that's a Loud Music. Many said, look, this team would not have beat Haiti. I am on record saying that in football, anything can happen because the ball rolled. I said that before the 80 game, and I predicted Jamaica to win, to defeat 80, despite me knowing that 80 at this point in time do have a better team in regards. You know what? It's not easy to really come and say that this won't happen or this will happen. But just as a supporter, I was supporting my team, saying that I want my team to win. Let me show you something, right? I'm an Arsenal supporter. I'm an Arsenal supporter, right? And every time Arsenal is going to play a game, I would proudly say Arsenal is going to win this. Arsenal is going to beat Burnley. Arsenal is going to beat Wolverhampton. Arsenal is going to beat West Ham. Arsenal is going to beat Manchester United. I'm going to say I hope Arsenal beat Man City. At the end of the day, I will always say that Arsenal is going to win, despite me knowing that Manchester City is better than Arsenal. But I do back my team to come on the day and put in a showing that we can get the results. I will not change that notion because it's Jamaica. I will not change that notion. Why should I be a person who is optimistic for my club team that we want to win, but when in regards to my national team, my first love, that I should be so critical that this team is better than us, so automatically we will lose. I cannot do that. Most people, the moment their club team is going to play a game, their club team automatically wins. If you support Man City, you support Liverpool, you support Chelsea, your club team automatically win. But when Jamaica is going to play, there's this if and buts, and we will not do this good, we will not do that. It's tough. I'm not saying that we are the better team, and I'm also not saying that we were the better team against 80, because 100% sure we weren't. We weren't. This team is not going to make it to the World Cup. So look how Haiti played. Yeah, that's what many said. Many said that we wouldn't beat Haiti. And look at that. You'd be surprised what happened. Puff Rudy said they were added to the original 30-man squad, so age wouldn't be a factor. I think they picked this team with notion that if we advance to the World Cup, they can play, or even the Olympics. And I think with the Olympics, the age bracket would have gone up to 23. Andy Carr said, just asking, but I am 13. You're young man, Andy Carr, you're a young man. You're young, you have years ahead of you, man. Just go on, just keep on putting the work, man. Love your aspiration still. Really, really respect that. Pioneer said, big up. Lordman said 80 got 2 red cards and they still played better than the young Reggae Boyz. Agree. I don't disagree with that at all. Theo said, sound like you said pulled pork instead of paperwork. maybe I say pull pork. Anyways, as I go. Big up Ann Ramsey. Lordman said Coach Fuzzy seems clueless. I won't say clueless, but I do think that many people would expect a lot more than what we're seeing, if we're being honest. Sim Saka said, military, you're working hard, bro. Appreciate your future in football, even at the grassroots level. That is the reason why Sim Saka, I see grassroots football is something that I love. I played under 13, under 14, under 16, under 17. I played at all at these levels. And when I see some of these young players representing Jamaica, I feel proud, and I like that. I love the fact that I can say this player is a top player from this age, and from that age is playing at that level. I love that. I love that. So I love grassroots football, and many may disagree with many things that I'm saying in regards to the players, but it's because I've been watching these players for so long, and I can't be turned around knowing that these players are working so hard, trying to be at the top level, and then turn around, disrespect them, don't tool them, and just outright discourage them. I just can't do that. The guy who won the 200 meter yesterday was born in USA. They said his passport would be available by tomorrow. How long did he start the process? Maybe Jeff should ask them how it works. I'm not sure. No? I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all. Pioneer said, whenever we play Caribbean competition, I always support our team to win no matter what, because we have been the kings of the Caribbean for a while, and we still are. In many different aspects now, we are actually the most popular country. Big up. Oh, Shaz, drop the link if you want to come on. I know you're probably at work still, you know? I know you're probably at work. Rob Smith said, we are leading when they had 11 players. Sometimes feel like people want us to lose so that they can say they were right. Thank you very much for that, Rob Smith. I do get that feeling. Before the first red card in the game was 1-0. If this Asian team was so bad, all right. You know, I'm gonna show you guys something, right? I'm gonna show you guys something about football that many people don't even recognize. Let me tell you something, right? Good. The first red card, Rob Smith, the first red card came in the game on the 25th minute. The first red card came in the game on the 25th minute. Yes, Haiti was dominating the ball. Yes, Haiti was putting us under pressure. But you know the thing about it is this? Big up Shaz. You know the thing about it? My dear man, Rob Smith make up a very good comment here. I'm going to elaborate a little bit on it. He said we were leading when we had 11 players, when they had 11 players. Sometimes I feel like people want us to lose so that they can say they were right. And I am getting that notion right now that many people are anticipating Jamaica to lose just to come and say, I was right, we were right, I told you so. And I cannot support that notion. I cannot support that notion. Because On the 25th minute, when they got their first red card, yes, they had us under pressure. But guess what? They didn't score. They didn't score. If basically people were saying that 80 was so good and we were lucky because of the red cards. If that was the case, we should have lost before. We should have lost before they get the red card. 80 should have at least 3-0 up. But that's not how football is. That is not how football is. I've seen teams go out on the pitch and put in a crappy performance with 11 players. The next team had 11 as well. And they still won the game 1-0. And the next team battered them, totally battered them. We have seen it over and over again. Shaz, Man City your support, right?
You're not getting feedback.
No, I'm not getting feedback. Man City your support, no. How much time you play against Burnley and you beat them up bad, but yet still then win the game 1-0? No, Crystal Palace. Sorry, Crystal Palace is the team always cramping up.
Our Tottenham.
Exactly, our Tottenham. How much time you play against Crystal Palace and then you pressure them, then score 1 goal per hour, and 2 goals and score per hour, and you have all their possession, all their amount of shot them, and walk as the losers.
Yeah, but in most cases, City always awful in that sense sometimes, not taking away, putting away the chances when them get it and the whole thing. So, but in most cases, it just happened that on the day, the team were more organized than the opponent that lost. But in yesterday's games, no, in all aspects, we were in shambles. In all aspects, we were in shambles.
I agree, 100%.
I think I understand the comment when make in terms of people like in that sense want to see us lose, or what call it?
Feel to say I told you so.
Yeah, but
a question: are you getting that feeling?
From what? From the team?
No, from the fans in general, that they want us to lose for people to say I told you so.
In some aspects, I can say that yes, because in terms of even the coach selection, sometimes people frustrated with certain things, certain players on the field. So basically, if the result don't go the way it's supposed to go, fingers will be pointing at respective personnel in that regard. So in some sense, you do, and I think you find that in every aspect in any sports at all. If you check it out, you know what I mean? Because you as a fan may have a favorite person, or you might see a different view from what the coach see, and I think your input or your feedback should make an impact in the sense of, like, for example, most of the fans are having problem with players starting. If he make another mistake, like for instance in the first game and it costs a goal, that's a problem. Another Ed, I ask him Ed again, that.
Yeah.
Like, I go find that in most cases, like fans, even they're doing good, even the team winning, they still have a pinpoint a person or somebody. We just say, a person didn't play good even no matter what. But that's just part of the game still. The opinion of others will be like we surpass them. We try to surpass the best result. When the result, positive result, I wouldn't say the best result, the positive result. So if a person's opinion doesn't meet the criteria of what happened, choked, that's the excuse they're gonna get from each of these persons. And so this girl to fan, I go ball out the most. But that's a part of the game still. But let's see how it goes.
Yeah, it's difficult. And it's difficult for some people. I don't know if I can't think of a balanced perspective or what. Because sometimes, so all right, like the game against Honduras, right? When we have basically most possession, we knock the ball on the ground. Well, the terrain was terrible, but we walk away with that losing 5-0. And the notion was that we were horrible.
in a defensive sense. Because well, we can pick out points where parts where we are in the sense of like even attack, defense, and those stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I find it difficult. Sim Sakala said, I am a Man U fan, a Barcelona fan, and a Jamaican fan. I have been going through some serious stress with Austria. Sim Saka, but I tell you, load football for a while. But I tell you the truth, load football for a while, man. If you give it a break, just for a while. Johnny Moore said, bro, check the stats for the Dominican game. Man, them have 100% shot accuracy. They kick 7 shots and all on target, while El Salvador kick about 20 with 6 on target. And guess who win? Guess who win now? Damn rep. They were really clinical still now. But I saw some really shambolic defending. As I said, even though Haiti played well, sometimes you just have to grind out results. I agree with that. Definitely agree with that. Rob Smith said, tough Rudy, okay, positive JAAA don't help people get passport. Track is an individual sport. Singles Miller said, loves music entertainment. If Jamaica did not pose a threat to Haiti, 2 of their players would have not have moment of madness. I hate to hear if our players wasn't good. If 2 players weren't sent off, blah, blah, blah. Exactly. That all right. So you know the thing about it, Signals Media. Signals Media, the thing about it is that if we weren't good enough at all, they wouldn't need to pick up the red card and I can kick with them. I tell you, the moment you have to come under pressure, I said on the preview, they start to get extremely physical. Once they come under pressure, they start to get extremely physical. So the small moments of the game they will have, that is when them lose their head. Just the small moments. Malik Mills said, I believe.
I know I can't agree. I can't agree with that comment there earlier.
Said them shouldn't have, or said regards so the moment of madness from the Haiti players them.
Yeah, because I mean, in most show the game, they didn't do anything. Like those cards could have been avoided in the sense of not saying it's just that we say it's a young guys and they are not mature to the level where they know that if you shepherd the person away in the opposite direction. Because if you notice the first one was actually almost in the half line, almost after the first one after
look at this though, Shaz.
It's just being reckless, So
so one time Lamont Rochester get the red card, right? So many people beat him, so defending can't defend.
No, like who?
I'm not what people me beat man in the comment section. Look on the difference with Rochester red card versus them 2 red card. Rochester red card, it wasn't a reckless challenge, He was actually in the line of doing his defensive duty, getting back, he make it tackle and he missed time a tackle.
Exactly. So I say those red cards were more Rochester red card were more of a disabled red card compared to just that 81.
Rochester red card is more of a deservable red card.
Yeah, in the aspect you can accept that.
No, shut up. You can't agree with that, man.
Look at me, you can accept the red card in the mere fact say, they weren't any cover. But the mere fact you have to get to red card in the middle of the park. It's just that shows them lack the experience. That's the thing. Because in the sense.
Alright, let me break it down. Let me show you this. I'm look on it now. In Rochester point of view, I would say Rochester lack experience where he might shut down the attacker. Him could have just go and zone the attacker until he reach the final third, and then now the attacker making a decision and not make a challenge. In the midfield, where the Asian players got the red card, those were extremely wild tackles, even bust up Chad James' mouth. You see the challenge one Chad James, where man foot above Chad James' head, or if you kick out the wall and face. I think that was extremely reckless. That is a reckless challenge. That is not defending. That's not no defensive challenge. That's a reckless challenge.
That's what I say. That's what I say. Rochester one is acceptable in the sense that the player was very smart in terms of coming across Rochester. So if even if him say my Jackie him, the player just don't put the ball past him already. So either way, I'm gonna fall him. So that's the reason I'm saying the one that the Asian got are stupid and their sense. Not saying that.
The second yellow, no.
Yeah, double. But it's a very test because I step in.
Mm-hmm.
So I just like, that the experience he had, so if you know, say you're on a yellow card already,
Mm-hmm.
you wouldn't show your studs like that at the height where it's at, you see me?
But,
So that's the issue.
but you think that inexperience that are just the players losing head?
I think it can be both. It can be both because I don't like nobody else one there to cover. Just I think feel like him have a chance of winning the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Because two of them was bouncing ball, which they have no control over.
Yeah, but you as a defender, Shaz, you see the ball bounce like that. You're going to swing your foot, or you're going to go try challenge aerial duel.
It all depends, guys. Say in the case where most of the balls where they are, it was not aerial duel challenge. It's either you as a person use more body than feet to protect. You try to protect the ball, like in the sense of shadow the ball or shadow the player.
Mm-hmm.
Out of the stand from where you want it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hold on there.
I told people, Malik said, I told people this 80 team is a top youth team. Rob Smith said, when we went down to 10 players versus Mexico, we didn't give Mexico an excuse. We just blame Lowe and Powell. Why? That's not true. we blame one. We blame one, yes. I said them dash the game. I know. Guess what I do? What I say, boy, because Mexico 80 get the 2 red card while we win. What do you think 80 I do? Is 80 blaming the 2 red card? I don't know. I say, boy, it's just unfortunate. Johnny Moore said even after 80 went 2 men down, they were still able to get in behind our defense. That poor 80 pressured us till the end. Agree. Good team. So they do that. Brando, big up. Nathan Morgan said the boys will definitely win the Dominican game. I mean, if I definitely know about me, I hope so. Brando said it takes time to score. Dan Prendergast said yes, goals win games, but we have some luck. We have had some luck. That is what Prendergast. Luck is a huge part of football, That is something that I think the Jamaican team lacked for many years. And it seems as if we're finally getting some luck. It will seem as if we're finally getting some luck. Something that we have lacked for many, many years. Something that we have lacked for many, many years. And we need it. If we should be honest, we need it, man. For many years we have lacked that little luck business, man. And we need it. Fiona said, I'd rather we play like Ozzy Moore in a time football than play pretty and lose every match. Brando said, Jamaica was very poor and not deserving to represent the Caribbean. Well, when the game still now get the ball in the back of the net, which is important. Ishmael King said, as a matter of fact, people need to remember we scored when it was 11v11. True. And they didn't score until, I think, late in the game, they score. Let me see when they score. They score for the 50 minutes in the second half. They score in the second half.
Yeah, but saying in most cases, still at the keeper, we have to give credit for them not to score from early first half. And our goal come from a mistake by the keeper, Misjudging the ball, the ball, pitch at the ball and miss it. And was a good thing from Clark. So in all aspects, whenever them go up to 10 persons, whenever we weren't posting much shit compared to them. They had a better game overall in all aspects. But I say that football go. Probably at the confidence where the team have as an individual, as a unit, when we as a person only have individual talent, confidence. But the team overall, it was a confident team. Because them go down to 9 man as a person saying I comment, them still create opportunity where them could have equalized the game or anything of that. You know what I mean? Remember one time the man make a run in, breakthrough, split the back line and a keeper run out come
save it.
Exactly. So they were more of a content unit than us.
According to stats we have here, so Jamaica create 3 big chance, Haiti create 3 big chance. Difference, Jamaica put away 2 of them, Haiti only put away 1. Brando said we hold on, me never really come in a while ago. Clark need to put the ball in the net more cause we should have been 3-1. Agree. Brandon said we just poor and the fans are holding them accountable. Agree. No problem with that. A lot of the fans exaggerate stuff. A lot of the pundits too on YouTube exaggerate stuff. You got to let the team play on the day, to be honest. On the day, we can't view football a particular say, hey, this a go happen, that a go happen. And the truth is, on the day, some various different things happen. That is the reason why I cannot subscribe to the notion that we already lose against Damrep. I cannot subscribe to that. Many people were telling me that this is what they said: military, be real with yourself. Jamaica now beat Haiti. And someone calling on the show, one of my good friend calling on the show, I said he's just being real when he said Jamaica now go beat Haiti. And he said he's being real. So, am I being real if I should come out and say Jamaica will beat Damrep? Is that being real? That is not being real. Because we don't know what's going to happen on the day. We never know. You cannot predict the future. So you saying being real is not a fact. That's not a fact. That is your opinion. So anyone is saying that, for example, if someone should say that we were atrocious on the day and we were lucky to get the win, would that be a fact? Or the fact is Jamaica scored 2 goals, Haiti scored 1, and the game finished? That is a fact. Me saying Jamaica atrocious and we lucky, that is just an opinion. That's just an opinion. I just throw up my opinion there. So. And many people, know what me say, many people do. I throw more opinion than reason with some facts and said, okay, this happened, that happened. Haiti got 2 red cards. It take a big impact on the game. Yes, it made a huge impact on the game. Without a doubt, it made a huge impact on the game. 2 red cards, not many teams can play when they receive 2 red cards. And hats off to Haiti. They really took the ball game to Jamaica when they receive it 2. First red card, them still into the game, them still a play ball, still a control ball, still a create chances, still looking dangerous. Even after the second red card, they were doing the same. Now, what Fuzzy did, Fuzzy pulled Anderson and then an extra attacker, moved to a back 4. Me hear people are say, why we go to a back 4, move from a back 3 to a back 4. People, when you're in a back 3, you're actually in a more defensive system. When you move to the back 4, you actually open up midfield now, adding an extra man inside of the middle of the park. Give them more possession in the middle of the park. I'm not sure why I didn't start with a back 4 in the first sense. Kevin Reed said, it doesn't get better than this. This is the luck we need. A luck we really need. People, think about it. When we played against the USA and Bobbery kick the ball after 18 years after the goal line, kick you over what the place beside back and say the name, man.
Mountain View.
Kick your Mountain View. We never get that. When Damian was scoring go in header and then call it back saying foul him, man. We never get a luck there, so. We have seen it time and time again on different aspects where we didn't get no luck right throughout. Even at the World Cup qualifiers the other day, we had no luck at all. But guess what now? The young team has some luck. We need to ride that luck. Tough Rudy said MJ hope Paul Hall and his assistant is watching every game so he can find players for his developmental 7. The keeper is a definite maybe or third string. Third string, tough enough, but I think he should be a part of the developmental program. Kevin Reed said finish third was definitely a blessing. Cygnus Media said exactly MG. Bala Kick said 80 did not play well. If 80 has played well, they would have beat us. Me not really subscribe to that one as well. The 80 did play well, Bala Kick. Them play good. Them play way better than we. In regards to the finishing aspect now, that is where we were just a lot more clinical. And we dashed quite a few chances. They did dash quite a few chances as well. But the important aspect in football is this. It doesn't matter, we fly high, we fly low. We go right across the world and discuss football or play football. The most important thing in football is putting the ball in the back of the net. So guess what? On your bad day, you can say, fine. We still get the win, but we take an L based on our performance. We took an L for the performance, we'll take the win because we scored more goals. I wouldn't mind if we go play against Damrep and some luck sprinkle on our side as well. I would mind as that. And I don't think anyone would mind. And said we should go through because of luck.
But Wuna,
Yeah.
based on how Damrep score a goal, we need luck, you know. I see that people outscore them.
That looks so too. No, I think some people say about 80s. Yeah.
I be better defensive. No, but be better defensive. We don't know. We don't know how the result would have gone if 80 they have the full level versus.
Mm-hmm. We can assume, say, based off how good them play with the 10 man or with the 9 man, that they would have played better.
It could have gone their way, but let's hope we have some luck going into the game. But I mean, we need the luck. Because if Damrep scores so much goals, and basically them outscore El Salvador 4-5, 5-4. We might need some luck. We outscore them 5-6-5 or so, but and that's an issue with we now. We're not finished, and them are finished. Them fit their chances, so we need the luck on the side of finishing the chances we created. And hopefully them defense of the performance they had against El Salvador. So we need to score a goal and we'll get them. So let's see how the game go. No, Wednesday though? Tomorrow though? Wednesday.
No, Wednesday. Tomorrow. Today on Tuesday, man. Today on Monday.
Wednesday, yeah.
So Wednesday 6 p.m. Gina Tapper said Rochester can defend, just can't go forward. Gina Tapper said, I understand the fans' frustration, but when last Jamaica won one game away from qualifying for a youth World Cup, right now we need to send some positive energy over to the team. You two putting us way too critical. Gina, let me tell you the truth. The amount of beat me get because they say, boy, me a over high player, me a protect player. I get a lot of beating for that. But the people don't understand the stage that we are right now. It is okay to be critical, but we also should encourage. It's okay to be critical and highlight aspects in where people are falling short. But it is also good to encourage because these guys are actually at the competition right now, trying to focus. And when these videos will go around, these videos will circulate and people will see them. Members of the team will see them. Officiating staff will see them. Technical staff will see them. And if we don't try to encourage the players and say, okay, you can do better on that, you can fix this, I do think that we are actually setting them up just to fail. And we don't have, they're going to feel as if we don't have no confidence in them, we don't believe in them, and we don't want them to succeed. That is how the players will feel. Yes, they should have that self-drive and that self-belief. But we're just not remembering that these are young players. These are young players, 16, 17, 18-year-old. And most of we here who actually pundits, YouTube pundits, and just doing YouTube work are independent media. Most of us are big men who could have been father to some of these players. But we turn around and killing the players. Disrespecting the players, and they don't want to see the players playing in the team. You should not come to play for the team and all these things. Rather than trying to encourage them, I said, okay, you are already there. You're already representing us. Many might not agree that you should be there, but guess what? You are there. So let's try to see if we can get the optimum performance. It's tough. It's really, really tough. Signals me, I said, panelists, they were not reckless against Mexico. We're supposed to be better. What is your point? Gina Tapa said Rochester was denying an obvious goal scoring opportunity, nothing reckless. It's MG bracket up. Balaki said, I think they can get it done over Damrep. Really need it. Big up Jerry with the sports. Kareem said the coach have to get the team right this time. Yeah. Nathan Morgan said right now 80 would love to win this game. An ugly way over there. Good performance without a win. Agree. Good performance. They would definitely want that win. I can tell you. They would want that win right now. Because guess why no? 80 gone home. Despite playing so good, them gone home. Despite having such a good campaign, they are home. Them gone in the yard. Signal Smith saying when good teams go down, man, they usually wake up and concentrate more. So it's not a big surprise that 80 look better when short. My best game as a player is when my team is a man down. The normally digginess. Akeem said, just a prayer so we can win the competition so we can get the confidence for the World Cup qualified. I said, wow, win Akeem. Nathan Morgan said, Jamaica 1, Dominican 0. Ishmael said, military, the naysayers will always be the naysayers. Check the names in the comments. It's always the same people saying the negative stuff. Big up Pagan. That's true, man. Michael Woodburn said 80 played better on the day. Agreed. They just didn't put the ball in the back of the net. Jamaica put the ball on the back of the net on the day and didn't play nothing. Cyan Bone, big up. Congratulations to Jamaica. Sefa Michelle said Jamaica come out of the toughest zone, evident by all 3 games through 2 the quarterfinals. We struggled a bit based on 80s style of play, but such is football. We got the result, and that's what matters. I agree. Nathan Morgan said them working hard simply means they were the ones under pressure. At the end of the day, who score more goals win games. Michael Burn said Clark was tired. He should have been substituted earlier. I think he walk too early still. Luck was on our side, something we need. Ishmael said if we win 10-0, Jamaica play a weak team or the other team never started their best or blah blah blah. Or he says always something negative, though. Not to give Jamaica any form of credit. Lord Mills said referee them always a hold on Jamaica. We won't get away from that now, Lord Mills said. Best if we just try our best to win the game on the pitch. Michael Burns said let our side let's try to look.
Bueno, in all aspects, the referee yesterday was a good referee.
No, I never have an issue with him still now, but I've seen him on many different occasions. The game against Honduras was one.
Yeah. One team.
True. Even Costa Rica game was awful as well. Barakik said we have the honest and person decision why they think 80 was the favorite coming in this round of 16. Oh, but if we be honest and person decision, Barakik, right? Type that again. Can make me not decipher it good. I cannot remember a recent time when JA won 10-0. That possible? A long time that. People comments are move mad people. Ishmael King said every team better than Jamaica until we stand on the field with them. From afar they look like giants, but up close they were just ordinary men. I say all the time. Michael Woodburn said El Salvador played open football and cost them last night. Both El Salvador and Dominican played open football. And it's gonna boil down to who has a better defensive structure and who can score goals. I can't see them scoring that much goals on us because I can't see them scoring the amount of goals they scored against El Salvador like they scored against us because we don't defend so sloppy. As much as we beat our defense for being not good or sloppy, we don't defend that sloppy. And the truth is, this is what happened, right? When we see a Rochester get a beaten, a winger would beat Rochester, or a winger would beat our Zimenez, we're gonna start beat them and say, boy, it shouldn't happen. The truth is, people, even on the big stage of world football, some of the top biggest world football we ever talk about, the Mycons, the fullbacks, the Jordi Alba and these guys, different wingers beat them as well, run past them on a regular basis, more so than often. It's just a part of football.
Now most cases, I know our defense is a problem, The midfield, We have no heart and no soul and no engine. So if you catch it, you notice that most teams when them do press, for example, their midfielders, they have like it's like whenever their midfield have the ball, they have adequate time, space, and time to make decisions in terms of what they want to do. So whenever our players them out of place, because it seems like we only can attack, but we can't retrieve. Like when we get back and do the dirty work, it's like when you do a 5,000, brother, you're there for the last lap and you can't make it. So most of the players them look whenever them going on a defensive mode in a Jamaica team. So we need to work on the midfield and the wingers doing some more defensive work. Any defender will look bad whenever you go up against 2v1, you're gonna look bad at the defender, no matter how good they be. If a midfielder leave a person to run from occupy a space in which you have two of them to deal with, you're gonna look bad. But so if we never work on our midfield in terms of the person them inside doing the dirty work before it reaches the defense, we're gonna look bad always. And we'll try to blame the defense and say where and try to pinpoint a problem when it come from the main source. You get me? I say. So if we work on the defensive aspect of the midfielder, in a sense, like say, if you don't use 2 CM to attack the midfielder, use 2 CM 2 CDM. You understand? With teams who play fluid football and score a lot of goals, you need 2 CDM. I need if you're using one, you need a proper CDM and a proper ball handler attacking midfielder. You can't have persons who tend to lapse in games and teams who, as the sides opportunity come, them make use of it. You can't do that. And if we go up against them playing like how we play against in most of these teams, boy, but we make sure we look at 2-1. Yeah, man, because
but look on this now. What based off for me see the damn difference, bro. The damn difference, a leak. You know, look on this now. El Salvador had 20 yard shots on the after the Damret goal. 20 yard shots after the goal. Because Damret is playing, El Salvador and Damret game was like a basketball game. It was so open, wide open. Anybody could have just gone do any little thing. Once team like that will play so open, face teams that have structure, they will crumble. They will crumble. Jamaica, I'm not gonna say we have a structure, but I can't say we see Jamaica I'll get ripped apart like that. Yeah.
But you know, say in that aspect, we as our team don't create enough to me, in my view.
No, we don't create enough chance. I agree.
Even yesterday, a blatant mistake come from centre back, come take 2 shots. I mean, I say like, why are the midfielders, attacking midfielders, the forwards, the wingers, not to kick shot at a goal. We tend to stay on the ball too long, try to dribble past a player, but whenever we're in a position where we can take a shot, we don't take it. And if we don't take shot, we're not going to score never that. And that's a problem we don't create enough for us to say, yo,
but you know what some realize? I've yet to see a man outside the back whip a shot from outside the box after a goal.
Exactly.
You see that, Asian?
Exactly. We see them, but them not really on target. So we need to learn that in terms of we don't need to have focus on if your team has outscored and if you outscore them, then if you put in more shots in a game. You know what I mean?
Minor said we were terrible but Lucky's key. I remember we got the points against Cedric Titus and we coach and the coach said no, let us play. Then the terrible field saved the side, stop goals in on the line, and they won the cup. Well, luck is always key. Can't tell you. Gina Tapper said this is a knockout run. Fuzzy gamble to the back 5. It was successful. This is Jamaica's best chance to reach a World Cup. I prefer them rep over El Salvador. I prefer them rep over El Salvador any day. Them rep is a good team. CC Wagwan.
Yeah, military.
Wagwan.
Military. Remember me tell you last night, say all of the team them that sit and never played a game in the tournament are go out there. A 6 love Puerto Rico pick up enough.
6 love?
A 6 USA kick in.
Yeah, cause them probably are coming out. They were the seeded teams, right?
That's why I'm saying to you, they were the seeded teams. They are the teams that the 4 teams was Nicaragua, Curacao, Puerto Rico, and Damret. So their first game was recent when in the round of 16. So the Curacao got 4, Nicaragua got 5, and Puerto Rico got 6.
Damret escape.
So I'm saying to you that I would have. That's what I tell people. Said to me, Damret is the team that I would have rather play. A lot of people say it's a fresh team and El Salvador, but I think El Salvador have more minutes. El Salvador went into the game not anticipating that Dam Rep
Mm-hmm.
might have goals in them. Because I think
Mm-hmm.
they underestimated Dam Rep and it cost them.
You put context to that, CC?
Eh?
This one context so me can put to it, right? In regards to the Dam Rep team, right? Coming into it, I strongly believe that in regards to goals scored, and as I said, the team that is being rested and play and on us, you prefer play the Dam Rep team. I think that because the teams that are already in the competition are already conditioned to the tempo, to the requirements, to what is needed. These teams that are seeded coming in, they're not conditioned. They're just coming in to say that they're coming in to win some games. And that is not how it is. Because you have some teams that are playing football over and over again and they have that regularity and in their legs, what it needs, what it takes, and the conditions, the pitch conditions, and all these factors. So I think that's a huge thing.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying to you that for Jamaica to play 4 games, and this is going to be our 5th game, for Dam Rep to just come in and play one. First of all, Dam Rep played a very difficult game to qualify, right? So Dam Rep in a 9-goal thriller. So Dam Rep, Dam Rep are going to try to come in at this Wednesday game to try not to concede so much goals, right? So a whole lot of things is at play right now in the military. The game in Honduras, I will talk of the game in Honduras, and the fact that we have certain conditions that was against us and a lot of things. I think we get 5 years, but this is the reason why I tell you say when you is a better team, sometimes you impose. Honduras, we went down to 10 men and Honduras took advantage of that. That's what I'm saying, in the 80 game, people will always go, yeah, but player will run around player all the time. That is true, yes, but at the end of the day, when a team goes down to 10 men, 9 out of 10 times you're supposed to take advantage of it. Worse them gone down to 9 men. We won the game in the military. And I don't want people to the problem that I have sometimes is that persons fail to reconcile. For example, people now go and say they want to coach the team because you support Jamaica. I want Jamaica got the World Cup. I now go say I want Jamaica got the World Cup. But when you're an analyst, you're going to say things that people don't go agree with because they are fans. Isn't it? So when you're an analyst, you have to understand, say, when you go say things, worse military, if you go to boom now, if you was, for example, none of these players talk certain things, if they become an analyst or become a sports person then, and they come out in the media, they are going to be forced to say things which is true and it will affect other players. So it's when someone must say like you're not going to call out a player, you're not calling out a player, call out in game. So when you as a player retire now and say you come join the media and you're going to talk certain things, what are you going to go out there and say? Oh, this player is brilliant. Or you're not going to say nothing at all? People are going to call you out and man are going to say, oh, you're in the old boys club or the new boys club.
All right. So, but look on this now, CC. Look on this now, CC. When you call out a player, right, fine, in regards to his performance, is there a part of it now when you can say, okay, you call out in performance, is there a part of it now when you can come out and say, I want you to do better, and I'm hoping you can put in the work and encourage the player? Or you just, as an analyst, you should just call out players?
Listen, you analyze and say, all right, this player is playing poorly. All right, for example, I don't see why Christopher Pearson is supposed to play CDM. If Christopher Pearson's only way into the team is CDM, if they're on the bench. Isn't it? When me go say that now, a bag of man say, yo, me are running for Pearson. But Pearson 19, you have look back. I wrote something in the chat saying that I am grading these players of the Jude Bellingham grading scheme. Jude Bellingham is 17 years old. And a lot of persons, if Jude Bellingham don't do good at Borussia Dortmund, be the player. But no, remember, Jude Bellingham is 17. You know why? Because the level of... You
break up, CC.
Sorry.
You break up, man. You hear me? No, you break up. But you break up. Jump on and come back on.
Alright.
Yeah, guys, a break up. I'm totally understand the CCS in regards to the players taking certain critical analysis, but I'm saying is I don't view the situation where a bash a player. I don't tell him when to wrong. That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense to me. Tell him when to wrong. Tell him when he can improve. That makes a lot more sense to me. That makes sense to me. That makes sense to the player. Everybody can get better in that way. Bad said right now if the under 20 and the girls qualify for a World Cup, it's going to be hard for them to vote out Ricketts. Why? Why is that? Foreign Spider said we got the players we got already. We should move on to the strategy with the players we have. Roger Grant, big up. A Caribbean country will be in the under 20 World Cup. Hope it is us. That would be good, That would be really, really good. Damrep relied on their football program. Damrep redid their football program. The Damrep League is League One is professional league with all professional players. All players on the Damrep side play professional with a few overseas players.
Listen, military, I'm going to say something that is controversial.
Yeah.
This is going to be controversial. If we qualify for the World Cup, we need a new coach.
Mm-hmm.
If we qualify for the under 20 World Cup, we need a new coach.
Mm-hmm. Why is that?
Why am I saying too many? We got too many. All right, in the competition, I think we are our weakest point is coaching.
Mm-hmm.
And I see it against. For example, I think the Costa Rica game we had a decent game, so I'm not really scored. But the fact that players were playing out of position, you have a CDM, you play my centre back.
Mm-hmm.
You have a cam, you play my CDM.
Mm-hmm.
You have a good CDM, in play 45 minutes to put him on the bench. You see me? All them things that a coaching decision. Some people are gonna say him qualify the team. But to be honest, yes, him qualify the team, and it's unfair to say get rid of the coach and get but I think we are gonna need a new coach, or the coach get a new approach. But if we qualify, the coach cannot approach the under 20 World Cup like this. We are gonna get some score military. But remember, a better team, we are gonna go against other team from Europe, possibly, and then place there. So if we go into the under 20 World Cup playing like this, a score we are going to get. Isn't it? It's on a way. I'm not saying it didn't do a good job with the team, but certain tactical decision you can't make. Personally, no team fair play stadium. Pearson, no fair play stadium, none at all.
Question: in the event, right, that it makes it to the World Cup, but we gradually see the team perform better. We see better decision making from the coach, and we went on to win the competition. Just saying, hypothetically speaking, would you keep the coach?
If we went on to win the tournament with the coach?
No, I'm not keep him.
No, sir. If we went on to win the competition with the coach, I keep him. This is the only way, 2 ways me to keep the coach. Qualify for the World Cup, and then if they qualify based on how we play, damn rep. Me say, all right, we qualify, right? Based on how we play the game, and how me see, how him play the semi-final, we keep him on the back of that. Because at the end of the day, first of all, I would not say this military if me never know him have a job at Waterhouse.
You never know?
No, I know that he has a job at Waterhouse, but I'm saying to you that I would not be saying it like, because I would have say, him would have, I think, both we go in our next job. But him have a job. So it's not like say, him not have a job per se. So I say, that is the thing. I think we probably have to go down coach. We can focus on the U20 team. Isn't me? And the youth team. Because at the end of the day, right now, me I look on it like this. Waterhouse I try to play for one championship. No, them jump out. But what me I say is military. What I'm saying is he has to make better tactical decisions. For me say, all right, you're the man for carry for going at the World Cup, go do some damage. Isn't it? Because you can't make them kind of blunder, the brother. And you can't make a blunder where you have specialists in a position and you have man where are not specialists in the position where to me he can't play the position. It's not even say I think what he's trying to do is saying that Pearson is probably technical in part in like him can pass the ball and them thing and he's trying to play a passer in the role. I think that is what he's trying to do, you know. Isn't me? Nothing is wrong with wanting to do that, you know, but you have to be technically gifted to the point where you can do that. I don't see Pearson as that gifted type of player who can do that. He's a good player, but I don't think he has that gift. That what would I look for if he can play that? The very same thing when me that call for. The same thing that I'm calling for military is the same thing that he's trying to do with Pearson. He's trying to play Pearson as a 6 in like a Jorginho. You see like how Jorginho play for Chelsea? Because Jorginho is not really 6, you know.
Pass and move the ball.
So I think that is what he's trying to do, but I don't know if Pearson has that technical ability. If he can really do that because it takes mobile and awareness.
But Jorginho is not mobile.
But boy, meaning it kind of difficult, but he more in technical. In technical. So
yeah, it's very technical. Very good pass of the ball.
Yeah, I think that is what he's trying to do. And I think a lot of persons don't. I think that is what he's trying to do. So I don't necessarily will fault him for trying to do that. But I don't know if Pearson is a player who you want to put into that position. But I think that's what he's trying to do. But as I said before, I think my front three have to be Roberts, Scarlett, and Chad James. Because of them
for the next for damn rep game.
For the damn rep game. Because them on first of all, Chad James a problem. Because the man fleet-footed bad. So you know what that means? He might go running at the box countless time. And chances are he's going to be the most fault player. Chances are we are going to win a lot of free kicks around the box. And quite possibly win a penalty. Because he's the say, you have to me, you have to have them kind of inventive and trickery type of player there. So I don't think that Chad James is supposed to start. And Chad James can interchange with Zion. I think Zion Scarlett is more of a link-up player than Clark. But some persons might not agree. But me thinks that Zion Scarlett should start the damn rep game. Chad James to start and Tyler Roberts to start. Because to me, that's the best front three in terms of link play. So then Zion will still link up well we link up well with Chad and link up well with Roberts, and Chad James making those later on in the box are gonna be problem for Damrep. Because Damrep are gonna give a goal. Just we have to take it, you know. I see Damrep scoring a goal for Jamaica because Jamaica can't keep a secret.
Yes, you see them a score.
Me see them a score. Jamaica can't keep a secret.
But remember now. But remember I said them definitely can't keep a secret either.
That is why I'm saying to you that Damrep is going to give us goals. But I say
your call a break up again now.
May I say a 3-1?
Your call a break up again here?
Yeah, me I go jump out, man.
Alright. Many people are gonna laugh at CC for saying that Zion Scarlett will play over Clark, you know. But you know, so for me, I agree. Because of the team we'll be playing against and how we want them to play. Now, both players have their positives are their I would say now their impact on the game. Clark has presence and that physicality up front. But this Damrep team, our team that is very mobile. Very, very mobile, and they want to keep playing high press. Alright, so we have a first caller. Jeremy, you know what I'm going?
Yeah, man. Good afternoon, brother.
Oh, things.
Yeah, good, man. I listened to your analyst this morning because I didn't get to watch the game. And I watched half of it. But 3 things stood out to me in your commentary.
Mm-hmm.
You said halftime, the team were leading, and after they conceded that goal, they started playing badly, right?
After we conceded the goal.
After Haiti conceded the goal, we start playing. Haiti start playing good.
Mm-hmm.
Did they not start playing much better?
Remember that it was the first. The goal they conceded was the first 3 minutes. So there's not much happening in that game.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm saying though, they were playing better football that way.
Yeah.
Right?
But when they conceded the goal, that is when they turned up the pressure.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying the same thing. So after them conceded on the goal, them turn up the pressure. They start playing better that way. Them have possession.
Right through the first half.
Right through. And this is what you said, and I'm agreeing with you, that they came out the second half playing the same way that they ended the first half. And you were saying that the coach did not, whatever he did, whatever he said to them, nothing ever changed. They come out under pressure, right? Under pressure from the whistle goes. This is my point now. I do not know this coach at all. And everybody's going to talk about these local coaches. They get out coach. Me personally, if Haiti didn't have them 10 man, 11 man in the game, maybe things would have been changed. But for you have a team down that much and you cannot control the game, it shows something about us, about the coaching. No, I'm not here. I'm back to coach because they're not on the field. But come on, man. If this was a better team, man, right? If this was a better team, this is a win is a win. A win is a win. But anybody who knows football, like, this is nonsense. You can't play against a better team like this.
Agree.
Goals win game. I say we can talk about Dominic all the crap we want. You know what I mean? Yes. They're gonna concede goal. But these guys were taking shots at goal. These guys were putting the ball over there. And goals win game.
Yeah.
Goals win game. I watched the Costa Rica game. And we barely shoot off the ball. In the box, no, I mean, you know what I'm saying? So goals win game. They have time to work on it, but guess what? Damn well coach I look where I go on. Because the goal we're here to score one way, right? How the guy turned the brother in and turn him out, turn him in and turn him out again 4 times. Yeah. And put a perfect ball cross. Right? So when I hear you analyze it this morning, you analyze it perfectly. Right? You did not, you call it sugar coated. You said, right, a win is a win. But you get down in the dirtiness and the nitty-gritty of it. Well, I hear some people talk this morning and I cheer and say, winner, we're going to beat them, this we're going to beat. Come on, people. Come on, man. Yeah, but I'm also not saying that we're going to lose as well, you know. I'm not saying that we're going to lose as well, no. But so the balanced perspective I have on that game is this. I've seen how Damre play. Damre is a fresh leg coming into the competition. They have played 1 game so far in the competition, right? And that's against El Salvador. All the other teams that came in the competition, same time as Damre, the seeded teams, are out. They got slapped. And then that has to do with conditioning. Hold up. So you're saying that Damre just come in the competition? Yeah, they're one of the seeded teams, so they join the knockout stages. Oh, I did not know that. Yeah. I remember seeing them that's what because I remember seeing them in the so that they were still higher than Mexico? Can Mexico play and the US? I'm not sure the reason. I'm not sure. I don't even remember what the implications are. All the seedings. Yeah, I'm not sure how they apply that. I don't remember. Because I was looking at the draw and I was like, how come we have 3 teams in each group? So which other team is fresh coming into the group? All right, so Puerto Rico, I believe. Let me see if I can find them. Let me see if I can. Puerto Rico was in the so let me see if I can find them. Some of the seeded teams. This is new. Puerto Rico. I think Nicaragua. No, I'm not sure if Nicaragua was a part. Nicaragua was in the group stage. Puerto Rico, Damre. I mean, I don't remember. I think Guatemala is one of those as well. One of those teams. Let me see. Let me check. Yeah, no, Guatemala is not one of those. So it's only Damre on Puerto. It seems as if it's just Damre on Puerto Rico. I think, but now you're saying, I think this is unfair to all these teams that
Oh,
play.
Curacao, sorry.
Jamaica plays such.
Curacao.
Yeah.
Curacao. Yeah.
Curacao was a fresh team coming in.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Is there an I'm going to look at this and see what's the explanation on for this. I'm going to ask and see why explanation on for this. But anyway, you know, going back to how you summarize the game, right? You go down the middle and you speak truth.
Karim said the seeded teams are the winners of the lowest ranked team competition.
The winners of the lowest ranked team competition.
They came in via a playoff system.
Came in via a playoff system, yeah. But so we did do a playoff system, but they already played some game already.
Yeah. All right.
So
Natty Congo said they were not seeded. They came in via playoffs. But remember, with them coming in the knockout stages, they will be coming into the competition with teams who are ahead of them, such as the Mexico, the USA, and these teams. So why would they be granted into the knockout stages, whilst these top teams have to work through? So that. People are saying lower ranked team. Everton said Dominican Republic, Nicaragua, Curacao had a playoff tournament. Marlon Nelson said military. They're not seeded. They had the playoffs from last year because they are lower ranked teams. So if they are lower ranked teams, why would they go ahead into the knockout stages ahead of higher ranked teams?
But me have to that's stupid for you guys. Why not put them in the group stage after that?
Why not? Exactly. Why not put them in the group stage and the higher ranked teams such as the USA, the Mexico, the Canada don't go in the knockout stages? But anyways, I'll be doing some research and I'll most definitely do some research on that to find out exactly why. Because logically,
I'm gonna say this to you. The Denmark have been recruiting players from overseas. And they have some damn good players, okay? Coming in the national team for male, female, under 20, and the national team. And you can look it up. They got some damn good players playing in leagues worldwide, okay? Same thing on for Cuba. So I think this is an unfair advantage because the last game we played was about 2 days ago, 2-3 days ago. And turn around and play a fresh team. That's unfair. That's unfair. That's something that's unfair. But going back to what you were saying about, everything you're analyzing perfect about the Denmark and about, Jamaica. But this is taking me.
Okay. So Karim said they're saying that it's because of the COVID they had to split the competition.
But it still don't make it right.
To me, still not. To me personally, I cannot understand the logic why the lower ranked teams would have gotten the privilege to go into the knockout stages ahead of the higher ranked teams.
Hear what I say. If you give them a week rest after that, right? But you have them come in 3 days after them just play a game. Come on, man. That's ridiculous, man. I mean, if Arsene Wenger, any big coach will be crying. Really be crying unfairness. No, if you guys are going to cry and complain right now. This was unfair, but you as a Concacaf man, you can't say much, right? But we gotta do some more research on this. But I'm giving I personally, right, the way that we are playing.
To me, it has to be seeded. It has to be seeded or them buying Twitter or something. That is the only explanation.
Let's not get to that part.
No, man. Remember, say you can. I think them have some ways they can buy into certain part of the commission. No. I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because for me personally, I don't. It's like we have the World Cup going on, but yet still Jamaica I got in at the run of 16 because we play one lower rank playoffs or something like that. That don't make no sense to me still. So always the World Cup in at the run of 16 ahead of Brazil, ahead of Argentina, who have to play through them group stage to go through. That make, to me personally, people
not go for that crap.
My reason can be way off and my understanding can be way off, but that doesn't make any sense to me. So many might agree and many might understand the reason for it, but I don't understand it. I've seen Jason Gruna said Denmark rank 17 and Jamaica rank 12. But yes, Denmark got a buy into the knockout rounds over Jamaica. Never buy into, but Denmark going at the knockout rounds by playing a lower rank commission. That don't make sense. So me say USA could not make it and Denmark make it then, or Nicaragua or Curacao or one of these teams.
No, but I said Guna, you know, say it don't make sense in that sense. Like, it does every team, you know.
Jeremy, now hold the line for more callers here. Bless up here.
All right, cool.
Bless up.
All right. Yeah, no more add to the
discussion. It doesn't help these teams, you know. It doesn't help these teams, you know, coming in, you know. Because I mean, if you're a lower rank, you need to play more games to reach the group stage of the competition, right? Because like it's a for instance, like what Champions League do it, where the teams them that finish fourth and some other league where they don't have poor qualifiers.
Yeah, but going to the Europa League, right?
No, them play in the group stage that qualify for Champions League, then them come to this whenever the main stage come, them add them to the group where the big teams are. Understand? That's how
No. For the playoff, for the Champions League playoff, you know, they might try to play for going to the group stages.
Exactly. That's how so it should be. Where like the likes of Curacao, Nicaragua, Guatemala, whoever qualify through that. Lower seed ranking team, as the people are saying. It should be like that when they come through them.
Look on this out, Chaz. In the Champions League, when the team then finish third, then drop off into the Europa League in the knockout stages, right? We would understand that because the Champions League is a higher stage than the Europa League. So them step down and they would have automatically, because they make Champions League and in the Champions League group stage, would have automatically better than the Europa League group stage teams. So which means that they have put them in line with the knockout round.
Alright, but look at this, for example, in Scotland, in Scottish leagues, Celtic don't get an automatical place in the Champions League even though they win the league, you know. But if go to the playoff system, if them win those games coming up to the playoff system, in terms of their group, they get a spot in the group stage of the Champions League. So even when they win the league, them can't come in the Champions League automatically. If they go a playoff for them lower rank than other countries' league, you get me? So that should have been the same format where damn rep and everybody, if they want to play more games for anybody else, then play them game and then come in the group stage. From Johnny Lights of Mexico and Jamaica. They shouldn't reach over around 16.
Bala Kick said, if you remember, say, the thing kind of corrupt, so we take it to the grain of salt. Omar Pound said, all these teams played all the winners of the group. All those teams played all the winners of the group. But when did they do that? If these teams are not seeded teams, they were definitely treated as such. I guess this is where the first shall be the last and the last shall be the first. Simplify said Champions League to Europa League is also trash. But remember now, last year we had Barcelona jump into the Europa League. Would you really want to see Barcelona jump into the Europa League knockout group stages? I go play against FC FC Train FC and then kind of no sir, that would make no sense. Put them in the knockout stage, to the top of the table, the top teams them are come out. Possibly Arsenal them who wouldn't have the Europa League or the Bayer Leverkusen them and these teams. Would I get a better understanding for that? But always like play a lower tier division, I advance ahead of teams that are who rank number 1 and number 2. That no sense. Yeah, I'll go on.
Just one question more asks. Is it too late for other players to be included in the squad?
I think they're part of the provisional list, so no, I don't think it's too late. I wouldn't say it's too late.
Like whisper.
What if, for example, what if there's an outbreak? What if there's an outbreak in the camp please not of the virus? In that sense, they would have to do something.
So whisper can still be included in the squad.
I would think so. No, I would think so. There has to be some. There has to be some format where if there's something because of the old virus thing, there has to be a format where if there's an issue, there's a major issue, a crisis with injury or something like that, they can fulfill those spots.
Because I have a major concern. I'm not really impressed with Clark, even though he have 3 goals so far. He doesn't look 3
goals, 1 assist in 4
goals. It is 2 penalties, and the other goal will just count as a goal, but still a goal nonetheless. But overall, he doesn't impress me that much.
Why not? What's the issue with him? In Japan.
Boy, the part is strong though.
Yeah.
It's like, why am I going to say that? No make sense, no, but I'm thinking, boy, what you man say?
Yeah, where's
Yeah,
enough?
the line,
Yeah.
the line people. Yes, I'm not impressed by Clark's performance overall, both on and off the ball. I don't think that he is that capable of a top striker. So I am anticipating Whisper's debut to see what he have up his sleeve, because I think Clark is very poor. I think he's very poor.
Have you seen this before?
Yes, I watched highlights of it.
Highlights.
And yes, I'm more impressed by Whisper. And as I said, I anticipate.
Skilly Ben, you ever see my highlight reel?
Go on again?
If you ever see my highlight reel.
I'm not hear clear. Repeat the question.
No, if you ever seen my highlight reel.
No.
If you ever see my highlight reel, my body's ball ever walk.
So, where I say you think Clark better than Whisper?
Alright.
Obviously, you've probably seen both already. So, what is
I have seen Whisper in Colts under 16. Yeah. I have seen Whisper in practice games as well against Premier League teams. That's local Premier League teams. I've seen Whisper in training. And I've seen Jamar Clark with my two eyes as well. I think Jamar Clark has a little bit more presence than Whisper, but Whisper has a better finishing than Jamar Clark. Just as same as
I observed that. I observed. All right. Even
Zion
in
Scarlett,
the match.
Zion Scarlett is a better finisher than Jamar Clark. Jamar Clark has the presence, the all play. It can cause defense problem, but in regards to the finishing aspect, that is the only part in which he has to work on. Yes, people are going to say they scored 3 goals in 4 games, but listen to it. I have a list right here. This is right here is actually Zion Scarlett list. Shots on target, goals, missed goal conversion. I did this last night. Watching back some of the games. I think I need to watch the game last night. And these are all the stats that I gathered. Total shots so far. This is total shots he's taken so far in 4 games. Total shots so far. That's 2, 4, that's 10, 14 shots he had in 4 games. That's 14 shots he had in 4 games. Yes, pretty much that is okay. I think that it can do. It can take some more. Now, in regards to shot on target out of the 14, he has out of the 14 shots on target now. He has 5 shots on target in 4 games.
So
no,
he's averaging
that's quite low. That is quite low. So he's actually having 1 shot on target per game. That's quite low.
Yeah.
Now, in regards to this, right? Let me assess it. Now, there is a player. They have a bad wing, I know. No, we never gonna mention him. Zion Scarlett is a more runner, man run the channel, run the lines, but he's a finisher. He's a better finisher than Clark. With Clark is a physical specimen. Stand in the box with the ball receive him. Defender can come close him. He can bully the defenders. He can bully the goalkeeper, and he will score. But if
don't you think Whisper would add the same thing as well, because Whisper have the height as well? Now remember,
yes,
so Whisper is not. So
agreed.
That's why I will anticipate to see, because they have the similar features, and Whisper is a better finisher. So I will think that Whisper will do a way better job than him, because I'm yet to really see him hit like a good shot on target. Let me say that again. I'm yet to see Clark kick a solid shot on target. Even the half side. You remember the true ball when get and he was outside. Exactly. You see what he did with that? I remember that one. Turned off. So, and next thing again, I don't really want to stay long on the panel. I want to add another thing as well. As in regards to Bicknell is not the most athletic person. But with the ball at his feet, he is able to create magic. Now, in the last game, I think the coach made a huge mistake where the coach have him playing holding midfield, because if you notice when the team was pressing,
so where would you play him?
He wasn't advancing. He was like in front of the defender. Like he's hardly moving past the half line. No, it's
So where
gonna
would
be
you play?
that's the thing. It's gonna be very difficult because, and I also want to commend Pearson, a much improved performance by Pearson. Zimines is yet to join the party. Now, if we're gonna play, for example, a 3-5-2 formation, I think that will work much better. But we will need a holding midfield to allow Pearson and Bicknell to roam in the middle.
All right. So this is what I look at. You bring up some good points, right? I see Bicknell of a more of a number 8/6 than of an outright 6. When the game get extremely physical, Bicknell will be out. You're gonna get him out. Now, in a game like that we saw last night, with Bicknell, you'd realize that we don't have much possession of the ball and he's not that mobile.
Yeah.
So you won't see the best of him. Having a player like Bicknell in the team, you must be dominant in possession. So you will see all the great passes and the ability to pick a pass over there, the ability to ping a shot from 40 yards out at goal with fierce pressure and accuracy. You see all of that.
Yeah.
When the team does not have possession of the ball, we will have problem. Now, the thing is, I don't really want to lament and whisper because that's a kind of a sticky one, and he's not here. So we want to discuss players with the team. We understand that he's not.
I believe he's a talent that we're not capitalizing on. Come on, I think.
Hold on, I agree. I agree as well. I very much agree. But at this point in time, we don't have him in the squad. There's not much we can do. We can discuss it after. We can discuss that after because at this point,
here is the problem. Here is the problem, right? And this is what is holding back our football. And you see, you may not get there in the direct position, but guess what? The swing time the team feel, the whole of we feel, the whole of we feel disappointed.
100%.
What we need to do, and this must start at the highest level, persons must take their personal feelings out of it. You know, Mr. Butler, he is getting a lot of fight. Imagine the man could have bring a talent like Leon Bailey, and if he come forth and says him have a player who is capable of doing this and doing that, at least give that player the chance, because this man have an eye for talent. And again, we're not capitalizing on whisper. Even if they say he wasn't fit, right? Come on, even if he was gonna get fit sometime. So at least have him in the, if a 23-member squad, still keep him in the squad. But guess what? It is all on purpose not to include him.
Skillibeng, it's everything that you're saying, I 100% agree with it. But what we're looking at right now is what we have, the players that we have in Honduras who are at the competition right now. Remember, before the competition, there was a big uproar that Whisper should be in the squad. Now, it's not like we as fans, we didn't acknowledge that. We as fans, we never vie for that. That was out of it. I, for one, was surprised when he was not in the squad. I was really surprised. But what I'm saying is, at this point in time, we're speaking about the players who are in Honduras and what we can, how much talent we can get from them at this point, so we can get this trophy, get to the World Cup. Because if we can get to the World Cup, I am sure at some point in time we can see something like that.
Alright, here what we need for the Zin, because we're so close and it makes no sense to come so close.
Yeah, here now.
So I hope the goal that he scored, he's able to build off that momentum to have a better performance in the coming game. I think his problem, Zimines. I think his problem is he's pressing too high. and it is easy for them to beat him on the wing. And when that happened, it put pressure on the CD, because the central defender have to cover for Zimenez each time. So he need to stop pressure high, I guess. And the next thing again, he need to pass the ball. A regular time, I see Bitnell today, you know, when he could have just knock the ball in the middle, right? And then he choose to go long and then just turn over possession. So he need to just play the simple pass and stop trying to do too much and stop press high. Okay. That's what he needs to do.
Impressing high, won't you think that could be a coach? Hold on, people, me can beg on to get it, just get the video over 100 likes. Just get it over 100 likes. Now if you like it after that again. But just please, me beg on to get it over 100 likes. That's all I'm asking for. With the Zimenez playing so high, couldn't it be a coach's instruction for him to play that high?
Hence the reason why everything will fall back to the coach. So you as a coach realize that each time this player go high, and when time we lost possession and the team attack, they might beat him easily, which a pressure the central defender for cover for him. They would have to come back, and it all come down to formation. They would have to come back to go back to the drawing board, think about something. Either time say, all right, guess what? Just play the simple pass, knock it to the central defender, allow the central defender to distribute the ball. If you get the ball where you can play it on the line with ease, you do that. But don't try to force the ball or try to beat a player. And then when you lose the ball now, more pressure upon it. And even you notice with the second goal, the goal where Haiti scored, him need a cover at the back, you know. Because the ball go right over him head and the defender the right bit.
Him did a ball watch.
Exactly. Him a lapse. And guess what now? Sometimes when I hear people lash out against Pearson and Zimenez, and because we hate them, you know.
Me ask a question. Which football team you support in England?
In England, Liverpool.
Yeah. Me ask you a question. Would you bench Robertson and play Milner at right back?
Go on again.
Would you bench Robertson and play Milner Arnold and play Milner at right back?
No.
Why not?
Well, me rate Arnold, so no bench him.
All right. Did you know that Alexander Arnold has the worst defensive record in the Premier League out of almost all the right back them?
But he has contributed a lot of goals and assists.
Good. Now, in this game, Zimenez contribute to two of the goal them.
Yes, but remember now, comparing to an Arsenal team, a Liverpool team who have one of the best defensive record in the Premier League, even when Arnold is one of the worst defense.
Good play, but yes, so on record, if Liverpool should concede 100 goals now a season, 80 of those goals are conceded down Arnold's side, but you wouldn't bench him.
Remember, I know Liverpool team is very rounded. No, if we should concede,
Arnold is the weakness, so why not bench?
All right, but at least the weakness still add to a few of the goals. So if him leak, say for example, him leak 20 goals, he might give back half of that, and then the other players can make up for the outstanding 10. So which means that there are still persons covering for him, and he's still contributing. Okay. No, in our case, we can't afford to have Alexander Arnold because we are not scoring as much. So if we should concede 20 goals, we hardly can score back 10. Which means we need to cover with weak areas.
All right, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. In the Champions League final, how many people are saying? In the Champions League final, where was Arnold when time something to score?
You know, me not quite remember him actual position when the ball swing cross.
Arnold did not pick up Vinicius Jr. Arnold was the one who did not pick up Vinicius because he was lapsing.
Yeah, but we are
but they never won a major competition. They never won because of him lapsing the defense, and we have seen it over and over again. People are. Let me tell you this, people. I'm not gonna say Arnold is the worst right back in the Premier League. No, but in a Liverpool team, in regards to weakness, any team who play against Liverpool, then pinging ball down Arnold's side. Nobody can tell me nothing else. Then pinging ball in between Arnold and I think sitting over there. Either Gomez or Matip with that did it. Right there, so them pinging ball. Then now go down push for Trent and Van Dijk side. Because Van Dijk flip on left hand side. What I'm saying is this, right? Let me go back. Let me get back to myself.
You can't compare a Liverpool side to Fury side.
What I'm comparing is this, you know. You are saying to yourself that Jimenez should not be on the pitch, right? Because he's defensive.
No. That's
all right, what are you saying then?
That wouldn't be the case. I'm saying he's pressing too high. Because in all fairness, if there was a player to replace Jimenez, trust me, he would have been on the bench already. But I'm simply saying.
That means I say no. That means I say no. This is what I say no. You would bench him, right? Just say that you'd bench him.
If there was a better replacement, because he's not performing. He's not performing.
So if Jimenez never started the last game, you would strongly believe that we would have a better outcome down the right hand side.
Well, we can. Let's call the last game as it is. We can really thank God say he was able to score the winning goal.
No, we should say thank God that he started because he contributed to both of the goals.
Well,
we cannot.
But still, that's still not take away from the problem, you know. Remember, we need to remember they have 5 goals. Listen, it's hard to defend a player who is not performing that much. So thank God we were able to get lucky and score the 2 goals, but there is still a problem. We are conceding too many goals and we're not scoring that much. So we have to look on the problem. So what are we going to do? Allow Jimenez to continue to get beaten 1v1 and allow the goals? We need to try to
hold on. All right, this is what I'm saying. For me personally, I don't think we have a major player issue. I strongly believe we have a major coaching issue.
That's why I said.
No, but if you're going to say that he should be on the bench or something there,
if there was a better replacement, I would bench it. But in this case, it's obvious that there is not a better right back to replace Jimenez. So, coach need to advise him that, hey, listen, stop press so high because you get beaten easily.
But the question is, would you think that is the coach's instruction that he should press that high?
Whether it is the coach's instructions or not, if I'm the coach and I just like come and watch the game and realize, each time someone I press high, he lose the ball and he can't defend it. So when we would advise
and the coach never take him off, so full problem, full fault. If you press high, I will get beaten consistently over the side there and he's still up on the pitch. Whose fault is it?
The coach, but guess what? No, it's again. There's no other. Go on. Hear the point now. Hear the point. If I was that coach, I would have talked to him. Don't press so high. Play this good. And either 2 or 3 times. Listen, is that 2 or 3 times in the game. I notice Bicknell did it, and the man look on Bicknell, turn to the line, kick the ball, and turn over possession. Pass the ball in the middle, allow the central defender to distribute the ball.
You're not handsome, you know. What I'm saying is this, right? If you are a coach and you are on the sideline, and a player consistently getting beaten on the right hand side, and you as a coach realize that the player's playing high, speak to him the first time, say you're playing too high, sit back a little bit deeper. Him get beaten again. You speak to him the second time, sit back a little bit deeper. Yeah, you still get beaten. Him still get beaten. You know, as the coach, you must make the decision. Say, hey, you know the instruction that I am telling you to do. So, hey, pull it off my pitch and put on someone who can sit deeper, who can do what I want them to do. That is coaching.
Yeah, but again, we don't know.
Kilben, make it a phone call. Fabian, let's go on.
All right.
No.
Yeah.
Me there, I'm sure.
Yeah, man, you're live, man.
Oh, me live. I mean, I gonna beat everybody, including you, you know.
Yeah, no, man.
Everybody.
Me can't take beat, man. Me can't take beat.
Including you.
Me can't take beat, man. Me can't defend myself, you know.
Good. First thing, don't you dare ever compare Trent Alexander-Arnold to Jimenez.
No. Hold on. Stop right there, sir.
Football.
Hold on.
Let me finish my point,
No, man. No. Let me say this first. Well, let me say this first.
Wait.
Well, no, Fabian. Me never compare Trent. Me never compare Trent with Jimenez.
Comparing their defensive liabilities. That is
No.
You are comparing
No,
their defensive liabilities.
that is where you get it wrong. That is the reason. Me see in the comment section now. What I am speaking to him is that he would look at the facts. He's a Liverpool supporter, and he see where he has a player in his team who has defensive, his club team who have defensive liabilities, and he would not bench a player, but for his national team, he would bench his player who has defensive liability. That is the only thing I'm saying.
Question. Would you bench Alexander-Arnold in Liverpool?
If I would bench Alexander-Arnold in some games,
Yes.
in some games.
Okay.
Once I play a better team,
Next
I bench him.
Is Alexander-Arnold a liability for Liverpool?
In some games, he is.
Is he a liability? I did not say a defensive liability, I said a liability.
It's like
Because he's not.
he's an asset in most games and a liability in some.
Trent Alexander-Arnold is an asset. You have to look at systems in football. Liverpool does not play defensive football.
Agree.
So it will be 1 out of 10 times that Trent Alexander-Arnold's defensive liabilities will come into play.
Like the Champions League final.
If they do come into play, and everybody beating Trent for that goal in the Champions League final, where did the ball come from? The ball never come down Liverpool right side, you know.
Come cross.
The ball come all the way down Liverpool left side. So you're telling me that you have 11 other players on the pitch where the man them pass and square the ball and the one man in the box play him feet when the cross should be stopped from over there.
Yeah, coach, go.
That is the first thing. No, hold on, man. Maybe Trent for the goal, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm saying Trent should not be the only one to be blamed.
No, I'm not the only one. Man, the only one.
You are putting it solely on Trent.
No.
The system that Liverpool plays, Liverpool does not play a defensive system.
Agreed.
So 1 out of 10 times, 90% of the time, Liverpool outpossess teams also.
And which part of the team then target? Where does the team then target? When I play against? When I play against a team, which part they target?
Hold on, bro. Because football is about percentage, you know, bro. 9 out of 10 times, Liverpool outpossess a team.
Agree.
Right? So in that 1 out of 10 times, when Liverpool is on the back foot, the teams will target Trent, right?
Why?
No.
Why?
Good.
Why?
Hold on, because everybody has their strengths and their weaknesses.
What is his weakness?
It is not that he cannot defend. He's not strong defending 1v1.
Okay. So hold on. What is his primary role?
His primary role, Liverpool does not play at the all Liverpool play, bro. Liverpool play with them 2 wing back as wingers. They
Agree.
don't play with them as right back and left back. They play as wingers. That is why Trent gets so much assists and score so much goals.
True.
Liverpool don't play on their 18-yard box. Liverpool play in the opponent half. So if it's 80 out of the 90 minutes, Alexander-Arnold is in the opponent half.
Good. So what good. Me agree with that. So why would the next team not target him? Why the next team target him then? Why the next team not target him? Why did not target Robertson's side?
It doesn't mean that he can't defend. That is his weakness.
Why then don't target the next side then Robertson's side?
What do you mean why they don't target? Because Robertson is better defending 1v1 than Trent. That don't mean Trent is not good. Everybody has their weakness.
Okay. So listen.
Everybody has their weakness and their strengths. Let me ask you this question. How many wingers can take on Trent and beat Trent?
No, I'm say Martinelli walk past Trent every time we play him.
Okay, good. I'm glad I mentioned Martinelli.
Yeah.
How many wing backs in the Premier League can stop Martinelli in full flow?
Not many. Very few.
Exactly.
But bro, many wingers. Bro, Vinicius, bro, every winger. Bro, every winger. Ishmael Sarr. Ishmael Sarr.
Military.
Yeah.
Military. You are talking about a man that arguably can beat any wing back in the league, and you're comparing him to Trent.
No.
Trent is not a very good defender.
And in my only one, bro. Bro, any midfielder, Zaha, Alemande, then target him.
Give me some word now.
Yeah? Brother, every team in the Premier League, once them play against Liverpool, them put them striker. Bro.
Because Liverpool keep hold up a clean sheet.
Good. And when they consider goal, for them concede it.
It don't matter. Alisson
No, man.
the goal in glove with Edison. That means they might keep clean sheet.
Yeah.
So that means that
Me can ask you a question, Fabian. If Liverpool had Cancelo at right back, you think Liverpool will concede them type of goal like what they concede and turn at that right back?
Just every time Liverpool concede a goal, it's Trent's fault.
90% of the time I run a Trent side and concede goal.
That's not true.
Alright? Well, I don't know.
That is not true.
Well, I don't know. I would want
That
to.
is not true.
Well, I know, man. Well, I know. Liverpool not concede no goal this season. No. Liverpool concede probably about 30 goals. So that they clip the naga hard.
Okay.
And me can tell you, me now be hide and me can go research it right now and show you say 90% of the goal that Liverpool concede is down the right hand side in
Okay.
between
It's
Matip
down
and Trent.
Trent's side.
Yes.
Okay. And you're tell me say you use Martinelli who can beat any wing back.
No, man, no, Martin, bro.
I am not a fan of Trent, you know. I am not a fan of Trent. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
The point I'm making is that the system that you're playing the players in is very, very important.
Agree.
Jamaica system for Zimenez to be playing. You also need to remember that Trent has the best centre back in the Premier League playing centre back there.
True. You have cover. You have good cover.
Jamaica have playing centre back? A midfielder.
Midfielder. I see them. So Fabian, me ask you a question.
You understand the point that I'm making?
Me 100% agree, man. Me just not try, you know. I try to build a point.
So when you are saying Zimenez and Trent or whatever,
Me never compare them. And the situation me not compare. The situation me not
you
compare.
have to look at. For me, if I was the coach, the only reason Zimenez is playing right now is because we don't have no right back. We don't have no other right back. Zimenez has been modeling through the entire tournament, and me and you talk about this already.
But,
the only reason why Zimenez has started because we don't have no choice but to start him.
But Fabian, you think I've seen I'm a Tyler Roberts play right back in a practice game. What may I say this is not Fabian, right?
Is he a right back?
I'm right winger slash. I think him can.
Okay,
he's not a right back. Him not defensively not good. Defensively not good, and him way more attacking than Zimenez. Him way more attacking.
He's not good.
No.
Jamaica don't look like Jamaica look like one team where possess teams and attack.
No. May I ask you a question now?
The defending aspect of the wing back will be more important in a Jamaican system rather than a Liverpool system. That's all me I try to explain.
Me agree. I agree. 100%. Me agree with that as well.
You understand? And for the people who think I support Arsenal, me not like Trent. Me not rate him. But facts are just facts. It's just simple as that. And another thing I may have been we need to learn to call a spade a spade. You see the caller we called before asking about Whisper. Let me tell you point blank because military afraid to tell you. Whisper will never get into this under 20 team in this current tournament. So you can take that out of your mind. It will never happen. And it has nothing to do with Whisper's quality. That's another thing. Alright? The coaching has been so poor. The selections have been poor, and there is this mini fight going on with some members of the JFF with Craig Butler. They are trying so hard to prove Craig Butler wrong, and Craig Butler is just beating them. They are trying so hard to prove Craig Butler wrong. And Craig Butler just show them up day in, day out. And until they create a player like Leon Bailey, them can't shut up Craig Butler. No, but me already pick my team. Me and you discuss my team already, the team that I would play. I think whatever people would have ball, but my team would be more balanced and be better than that stupid team that them have a play. And yes, my team have Zimenez in it because at this point I just can't do any better. My team must have Zimenez.
But the thing is, my question is this now, Fabian. I see many people beating Zimenez about how exposed the right back side is and them something. Me I say,
you know why they're beating Zimenez? Because Zimenez has played professional games. He has played in the senior team. And the potential that Zimenez has, they're beating Zimenez because he can do better. It's not that Zimenez is not good. It is that Zimenez is playing like in reach already, like in the ice.
I guess is no good now, but Pierce and Zimenez why them get beaten. I guess them tell you don't.
Yeah, man.
That's why they want to beat Zimenez.
So, but me ask you now. All right. So we could come off of that. In regards to the coaching system, I've consistently seen something. Even at the practice game, I watch the practice game, Messi. There's a big gap in between the midfield and the defense. There's a big gap in between the striker and the attack. So there's not the right balance is not there. The right balance is not there, and because
it's not really about balance. Me talk to you about this already. You know, Jamaica looks horrible when we don't have the ball. And
why?
In football,
Why we look so bad without the ball?
Because of coaching, you have to coach them on how to transition when they don't have the ball. You see Jamaica going on all over or mid block yet when we lose the ball.
We just all over the place, we just run.
No, not all.
We just
at all. There's no organization at all when we don't have the ball. And in football, you spend less time with the ball than without the ball than you spend with the ball. So that is why you see those gaps there. That communication is very important. So you see, if the team had a system that, hey, we go press for 20 seconds and we lose it, we go in our mid block.
And see a compact.
You see them little space there, they wouldn't be there. Because everybody would be on the same wavelength from training. That is why I need to coach them.
May I agree with you. So we'll have some fundamentals. We'll have some fundamentals.
Bro, for under 16 and D Cup and stuff, yeah, we get away with those things, but not at the international level. You hear like any team that plays counter-attacking football against Jamaica will get a lot of chances. Because whenever Jamaica lose the ball, we just all over the place.
Sure. We don't have a defensive shape. We don't have a proper shape. None at all. And that's something I'm missing. That is the reason I say, boy, if we can beat some players them all over, or if different players come in a position, they might go look just the same because of how horrible uncoached.
They are going to look the same. Another thing that a lot of coaches don't understand is, you see, there are two different type of baller. Well, three. And as a coach, you have to identify this as quick as possible. The first type is a type that will come to training and look like Messi and Neymar. And then in the game, he will look like Pepe. That's the first type.
Yeah.
The second type is the reverse. One that will be in training and look like Pepe, but in the game, they will turn into Messi and Neymar. And then you have very few who, in training, they look exactly how they look when they go on the field. So as a coach, you have to identify those, especially at this young level. It is more prevalent at this young level. You have to identify those as quick as possible. So I would understand that Xander is not that type. You see, Xander is a very reserved, calm person, you know. So I would assume that's why he wasn't starting in those first two games because of how he is in training. But one thing with Xander, and I must give Craig Butler credit for this. Craig Butler's boys, when that whistle sound, they are ready for war. When it is go time, it is go time for Craig Butler's boys.
Never say that.
I am not at training, but I would assume that in training, maybe he's not as efficient. But in the games, Craig Butler's boys, when it is time, when it is go time, they know how to go.
Yeah.
I am not necessarily a fan of Craig Butler's personality. But you have to give people credit. You have to give them credit. And me tell you, I already say I'm not really a fan of Jamari Clark.
Why problem with Clark?
Him conversion rate.
True.
He has a big frame and all of that. And normally he's bigger than most of his age. He's not using it to score the goals. No, I hear you say that Scarlett is the better finisher.
Yeah.
But Clark has better hold of play. Now again, it comes down again to the system that Jamaica is using. Is Jamaica using a system where we need the centre forward to hold up the play and provide assist to the number 10 and the number 8 who is running behind the centre forward, going in those channels?
But they're not doing
where we need the number 9 to be the direct man, the goal scorer.
I think it's too much of a mixed match. It's too much.
I'm just pointing out all of the flaws in preparation, you know.
It's too much of a mixed match.
It's just the flaws in preparation I'm pointing out, you know, because if Jamari Clark is good at holding up the ball, that means the number 10 should be always in the box.
Exactly.
That
Are running behind him.
That is how Arsenal play with Lacazette. Lacazette don't score a lot of goals. That is how Liverpool play a lot of times with Firmino. That is why Salah and Mane they outscore him, because Firmino comes and assumes a role like a number 10. And leave the space for the two wingers go behind. I assume a two centre forward role. So again, it all comes down to our system, which comes down to coaching. So how are we trying to play? Are we using a point man, or we want somebody who we're going to create a lot of chances and playing the ball in behind and let them score?
Oh, okay. Then I was just feeling so it's a got difficult, because when you look on it, so he's using a Duncan McKenzie on the left hand side, like his last game start. Duncan McKenzie, who is actually a runner. In one attackers, strikers who run.
Duncan is a what?
A runner.
Duncan is not a runner, boss.
Man a runner.
Military. I score man on the pitch.
Duncan is not a runner.
Well, in players who are move. You know, play with centre for lone strikers. Most of Duncan passes.
So Duncan started the game as a left wing forward the last game.
Yeah.
You remember the conversation I may have about Duncan? What the conversation? Me can't talk now because I'm not really business.
Yeah, but me can't.
What did I say about Duncan?
Yeah.
No, me said. What did I say about Duncan?
You said Duncan no good because he's slow and him not have the final passes.
Me never say him no good.
Well, him too slow. Yes.
I think others in the team better than him.
Yes, there's other attacking midfielders better than him.
That's not the point I'm trying to make, I did say that Duncan has to start. Why? Why are you forcing Duncan out of position?
No, but me can't say that. You can't say, but me can't say. Affiliations just say no.
Me not afraid. So these are some questions as fans you need to ask yourself. Duncan has been average for the tournament. Pearson have been average for the tournament. You understand what I say? But in order to try, you have to force Duncan in the starting lineup. Why? Levante has looked good on the wing.
True.
I don't understand. And Levante is a natural winger. Levante is a winger that plays week in, week out. Him play wing. While Duncan plays in the center of the park week in, week out.
I know, so I haven't seen Levante really play bad. Most of the game, they actually play well. He play well. Take on him, man.
I haven't seen him play bad as yet. That is another thing. What I don't understand why Levante not playing, and he has been doing well for all of the games.
Be a fall him. I think get the ball and fall him.
Anyway,
quick.
Me not gonna take up much more time. Duncan's position is at 10.
10. Attacking midfield, not more, not less.
His position is at 10. He can play as an 8, but his position is at 10.
I was surprised to see him on the wing as well. Really surprised. Man, what's happening here? But I don't know, so now we are making a decision.
Normally coaches can do that with a number 10. If your number 10 is a runner. And again, it depends on your system, because Arsenal tried that with Ozil already and put Ozil on the wing. But at the end of the day, Arsenal has a fluid system where even though Ozil is on the wing, they overload the left side on Ozil, because the left back will overlap. Ozil will come, drift inside. So basically what you will have when you're in possession and you overload one side is that you have two number 10s working. So again, it comes down to the system. So, and you have to train for these things. You can't just put it on and hope they work. And another thing you have to look at, does he have the energy to be going up and down to help out the left back?
No, man. Your fitness wise, I can't. In more I fit players there, man. In more I fit players there.
It's not about fit. The level of fitness to play wing is different from the level of fitness to play central midfielder. Two different something. Me learned that the hard way when we play both positions.
Well, the hardest position me ever playing a football a fullback.
Understand? So
yeah.
These are the things that we have to talk about. And me go now because me make somebody else call and me go tell them in midfield that I would pick.
Yeah, I close off now. Come I run a show later again.
Tell them the midfield that I would. This is the midfield that I would pick.
No, man, you go. Fabian, hold on. Make it see until later. Yeah, join the program later.
No, we go busy. I am going to be busy. That little time I get that run me around up on the road now.
All right.
We just go tell them 3 midfielders. Bignell in the 8th. Those who don't know what 8, they're box to box.
Yeah.
In front of them as a 10, I'll play Kobe. Kobe is my 10. And as a 6, Romain Blake. He doesn't need to be playing centre back. So what that does is that Bignell playing the 8, Bignell is tactically disciplined. So him not go run left Blake all the while. If you give him an instruction, he will follow it.
True, I agree with that.
And Blake will be there to break up those tackles in the midfield, and not just only break up those tackles in the midfield, but to start the attack because the boy can pass the ball.
Sure, good in a transition as well.
Kobe, playing as the number 10, will also get the freedom to venture into the box because you have a disciplined Bignell playing behind him and a Romain Blake who will not run the left midfield.
We're going to protect the defense line. And Kobe's a man. Kobe love make a final entry, you know. He love a final entry, so
he will make those late runs into the box because the centre forward Jamar Clark will get the attention of the defenders and he make the late runs into the box. Also, Devante have to be on one wing for me.
Who will on the next?
And the next thing is a toss-up. Is that the 20 can play. I don't remember the name. I think the other one named Harrison, right? The other winger.
No man, Tyler Roberts.
Right.
Yeah.
Roberts. Any one of them can play on the other side. It's just that you would want them to play a little bit more narrow. So you don't want them to be rubbing the line. You want them to play a little bit narrow. Reason why I want them to play a little bit narrow is because at the right back, I will have an attack-minded Jimenez. And at left back, I will have an attack-minded
Rochester.
Okay. Now, you can push these two forward because Blake will not go anywhere. So if it breaks down, this is what will happen. This is what will happen. If it breaks down on the left, one of the center backs will move across, or in layman's terms, Blake will just split the back two and turn it in a back three until the wing backs come back.
So just to have an extra.
To keep the balance.
Yeah.
To keep the balance. Understand what I say? Bro, coaching is not hard. Coaching is very, 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 very simple. Sometimes as coaches we overthink, but simple is best. And people don't beat me because we have Pearson and Duncan on the bench. I know their quality, but when you're choosing your team, you have to choose a team of
balance and farm.
You have to choose a team. Pearson and Duncan, they don't look like they're in farm right now. Yes, you can play them into farm. And imagine having a team that you take off Kobe and put on Duncan, or you take off Bignell and put on Pearson. Or vice versa.
That's a quality on the field, quality coming on, quality coming off, quality on the field. Yeah.
Understand what I say? So in any game, if Kobe is not having a good game, you swap Kobe for Duncan. That is how I think the team should be picked, based off performance. And Kobe has looked better than Duncan all season. And yet Kobe is still on the bench.
Decisions,
So again, the coaching staff may a bit. People in the comment of their favorite ballers and then go beat me. My favorite baller is jump on the bench. I'm gonna mention his name.
Like the kind say, boy, I disagree with because coaching is not as simple as I said.
Bro, remember I'm a coach, so it is simple on paper, but you're right, it's not as simple. But
when the ball start kicking, your team look confused.
And if everybody, that is why you train them to what to do without the ball. You remember what I say? You have to train them what to do without the ball. You realize me just give one team, I'm going to tell you exactly how the team go react without the ball. That is just simple as that. Very, very simple. And they can beat me in the comment section, say my team no good and my team would lose or whatever the case may be.
No, but Kyle Wallace, I agree with your midfield. He said a brilliant midfield tree that.
That midfield is balanced. So whatever physicality that Xander lacks, we make it up back
with Blake.
Romain Blake. Xander can pass the ball, Romain Blake can pass the ball. Kobe is a modern day number 10. It's not a number 10 like Mata or Ozil that will give you those higher the needle passes. Kobe is a modern day number 10 that will take up the ball and drive into the box.
Mm-hmm.
They're what you call a hybrid 10.
Yeah, man. A quality one as well. I'm surprised that Kobe now get more minutes. Really, really surprised with that.
I'm surprised. As a matter of fact, Kobe would have been a better option to put on the wing instead of Duncan, by the way. Because Kobe's a runner.
Yeah. So fit. Very, very fit. That the man
Anyway,
fit. Yo, yeah.
I'm not going to take up too much time. Make somebody else call me.
I close off, you know, man. But big up again, you know? Yeah, man.
Yeah.
All right. People like comment section. Shaz, you there same way?
I'm there. Listen, Fabian, I'm there. I can't bother with the preaching because I know Blake now you don't start on midfield, so I just low it as it is and everything.
So, look, we have to just consistent lick up on it until you see it, man.
Oh, brother, you know, go up, brother, because, brother, it's like sometimes you buy some. You know, remember, I talk about this, brother. Me tell this before even the 20 start, you know. Me I say, yo, me talk about Blake this before even the 20 start. Me I say, if anybody in the national setup of Blake, for run the national setup, really grasp what I'm supposed to grasp from longer time.
Mm-hmm.
And to see Blake play centre back and just see them. You know, I'm going to change with that.
TikTok yourself, boy, Blake is in the midfield, he makes so many mistakes. Aye, rough, you know? Rough TikTok. Don't know where you get that from. People, we're going over 2 hours. I know, sir, but I'm not on stream so long. Once we see one and a half hour pass, start stress. Anyways, people, everybody who tune in, we're going to do a show later. I have a live setup. Wanting you guys go over there and hit the like button and live or set up for later. Go over there, hit the like button and live. We'll see you guys later. Big up Andrew Downey for the super chat. Really, really appreciate it, bro. Massive respect. Again, I see a formation. They use a 3-5-2. Not bad. So far it's something there. We can't find it, I know. I try to find it back in Andrew.
Oh, but come in, go on every day.
Yeah. Big up LG 352 saving us. JA best system. Big up again, Andrew. 55. People, I cut off here now, so sooner or later, come up on the stream later. Massive respect. Big up. What things to discuss now? I can't tell you. Later, what do the team selection? What do a prediction? Team selection, all of these things. Hopefully, if we get the news, we can release it. If we get the news, if not, I say go. But big up, people. Thank you very much for everyone who tuned in. Hopefully, you guys are doing good. And I'll see you guys again. Shaz, big up.
Yeah, people, Shaz, you can do and touch the button, the like button until further notice. You know what I mean?
Come on, touch the like button on the way out, people. Touch the like button on the way out.
Lock the door. Lock the door while going out.
Yeah. Lock the door while going out, people. Big up.